Hello? Who is it? Oh, hey guys. I'm Gary Wright. I've been in the RC hobby for about 36 years now. So since dirt was invented, I believe. And welcome to my workshop. I wanted to show you around a little bit. So I have a wide variety of airplanes here that I like to fly. I also fly helicopters, also fly quadcopters, aerobatic quadcopters, 3Ds. And everything from very small airplanes to very large ones, like that 50cc Pitts down there that's been converted to electric. I do fly everything electric. I don't fly anything that's gas or glow anymore. Some of these airplanes are, of course, commercially available planes, and some of them are my designs. In addition to flying, I really like designing models and building them. I prefer models built out of wood. I do have a little bit of foam. Everyone has to have their vices. So one of the requirements of a good workshop, you have to have a lot of storage. I like to hang the airplanes because it takes very little room. I really like shelving that's all open like this rather than storing things in cabinets or in drawers and things where they're hidden, because then I forget I have them. So I never use them again. You can see I've got a lot of balsa here. Well, there's balsa, there's carbon, there's some metal in there, there's plywood. I'm one of those strange people that still likes to build airplanes out of wood. So I like to design and build a lot of airplanes out of wood. And I use a little foam, but I don't use a lot of foam. So I like a lot of pegboard in the workshop. I find it necessary to have all of the props that I may need to experiment with when I design something new, so I tend to stock them all in my workshop. Below the props you can see quads. Currently my position at Hobbyco is a product manager, and I work on development of quadcopters. Days when I don't feel like going out and walking the dog, I can fly the ominous around about this height. The dog's not going to get it, but I can exercise him all around the backyard. That's true, by the way. You can see over here, I also fly helicopters. That has been my primary passion for a few decades now. I'm currently flying Synergies, and this one actually still has night rotor blades on it. There are lights in these blades, and there are batteries in the root there. So when the blades spin up, there's a centrifugal switch, and it turns on the lights. So the lights are lit, the tail blades are the same way. You can see more pegboard everywhere, so everything's out in the open and I see it, and I don't buy things that I already have. It's very important to have a lot of lighting in your workshop. And what I find, this is my helicopter workstation, so it's by the helicopter parts. So I'm using a Duratrax pit mat here, which has ridges on it, and it keeps the parts from rolling off. That's when I'm loosening something or tightening something, well, loosening something on a helicopter. If I drop it, it's not going to roll off of here. And then I have these little magnetic dishes to hold the parts after I take them off. And then as far as power tools are needed, since I design and build a lot of my own models, many times I will have things laser cut. You can see all of this model was laser cut. You can see by the markings there. But sometimes I'm impatient and I have something designed that I want to build, and I don't have time to send it out to be laser cut. So you need tools to cut the parts. I have just a few power tools here: a bandsaw, a drill press, a sander, and a grinder. And what I've found over the years, that 80% of the time that I need a power tool, I need the drill press to either drill or to press bearings out with helicopters and such. So that's the most used tool in the shop. What I've found from various places I've lived is that you need a big workbench that has to be flat if you're building an airplane on it. So what I've built here is basically two 80-inch long doors that are joined. and I don't want to mess up the doors, so I use a layer of this pink foam. I believe this is 1 inch I bought this time, and I can build planes on that. It takes pins, it takes tape real easy for plans and such. So I can build an airplane, and when I mess up the foam, I can flip it over and I can build another airplane or two with one disposable sheet of foam. This is a new version of the original E3D that I'm working on now. I just designed it for the Rimfire 32 motor. So I've changed the design up of the airplane, and I hope to get this in the air very, very soon. I have a whiteboard in here. I know that sounds a little bit strange for a workshop. First off, no, I'm not Sheldon, I'm Leonard. I'm also up there in age, so I tend to forget things. So if I don't have a list of things to do when I come down to the workshop, I'll forget. And then I'll have half-done projects sitting around all over the place. Now I got things to do, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude, but you're gonna have to go, okay?